So I've been on Ralph Lauren Christmas, and a lot of y'all are already eliminated. If your walls is painted gray, white, or beige, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. If you don't have a fireplace, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. If you don't have real hardwood floors, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year.
Talk about some elimination. You can't eliminate somebody from their own Christmas. They can call it whatever the hell they want. Hell, I can call my Ralph Lauren Christmas. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna check me.
Ralph Lauren Christmas is trending massively online right now. Here's how you're gonna get the Ralph Lauren Christmas look from someone who worked at Ralph Lauren and installed Christmas decor for about a decade. We have to start with tartan. One thing we always did was swap out the lampshades on all the statement fixtures for tartan versions, also using it as a grounding element for surfaces with beautiful tablecloths like this. Also in the same set, using black watch plaid. This is true Ralph. Next up is garland. This is kind of triggering for me because I can feel doing this in my hands, but all this beautiful garland is double thickness. When I worked there, it was all artificial. We would get them from the flower district, but we would use 2, if not 3 of these to make them super thick. Ralph garland is not droopy. It's true like Scotch pine. Leads me to florals, all about pine, pine cones, and magnolia arrangement. Red roses being a huge holiday moment. Don't forget some red berries mixed into that mix. There's a good shot of what that looks like right there. Seeing a lot of chatter about tartan ribbon. We really didn't use that. It was all about red ribbon. Running out of time, but I feel like we should do a part 2. I have more. Let me know.
I think this comment pretty much sums it up. I'm so tired of y'all and these aesthetics. Okay, every single time, no fail, they're gonna come through with some new aesthetic, so you have to buy new crap to put up for the holidays. I'm gonna need y'all to stop falling for it. Stop falling for this nonsense. Now, don't get me wrong. Ralph Lauren, in other words, regular schmegular Home Alone Christmas is beautiful, okay? I think it's beautiful. All of this looks very, very stunning to me. I think the color palette is beautiful, traditional, okay? It's just a traditional Christmas. I don't like that. That's tacky. I think that looks hideous. But a lot of the other stuff is very beautiful. But you have a lot of people that went out and got a bunch of neutral stuff for last Christmas. And then they had pink Christmas the year before that. And then whatever other aesthetic they try to push or force feed us every holiday season. You know, it's never, hey, take the things you already have and then just repurpose them, use them slightly different, maybe add a few things to your collection now. No, it's I need to run out and buy a whole new aesthetic every single year. That is expensive. I remember growing up, we had the same holiday decor every single year. It wasn't until I got much older that we started getting a different tree, okay? And then different ornaments and stuff like that to put on the tree. But outside of that, we had the same damn stuff every single year. And look, I keep up with my same old decorations, okay? Last year, Justin and I, right before the holidays, we moved into the house that we're in right now. I wrapped a bunch of faux presents last year to use as decoration. Guess what? They're back up, okay? They're back up. I got my presents sitting right up there just like they were last year. Now I moved the presents around, okay? I got different presents in different locations, but guess what? Same damn presents. I wrapped them once, I don't have to wrap them again unless they get damaged. This whole idea of just going out and spending a bunch of money every single effing year to achieve whatever aesthetic is in trend is nonsensical. You're better off collecting over time. So maybe every single year you add something to your decorations, okay? You go out, you get something that's well made, and you keep it for years. That's gonna create something special. That's the whole point of like the holiday season. It's just sentimental value. You know, spending time with your family, having traditions. And what's more traditional than putting up the same decorations every single year, okay? Adding maybe a few little new things, but for the most part, having the same core decorations. I hate that we buy into this nonsense every year, and these companies are the ones fueling it. I hope you realize that. All these companies like Home Goods and, you know, Burlington, they all got the memo, and I bet they all got this type of stuff sitting out because they all got the memo about Ralph Lauren Christmas, so they had to make sure they stocked up on all of this stuff so that you guys run to go buy it, only to go buy some new crap next year.
Oh, Ralph Lauren Christmas, huh? Let's go. I was a second generation Ralph Lauren employee. My mom did merchandising and she opened the collection store on the plaza in Kansas City in the 80s. And I designed dresses at Ralph Lauren in New York for a really long time before I launched my own direct-to-consumer women's clothing brand. Anyways, okay, Christmas, Ralph Lauren style. Let's offend some people. And if you don't like these rules, you really would not have liked working at Ralph Lauren. And that's why everything looks so good, because everything is so completely concise. Bright green garland of any kind. No. What else? 3 basic types of plaids. Traditional Christmas plaid. Then you're gonna have like the blue woven plaid. And then you're gonna have the black watch red and black plaid, something you would think more for like ski season, ski house. Do not mix those plaids, okay? You're not gonna see those in the same room. Each room is a different plaid. We do not mix those plaids. They don't play together. This leads me to my next point. What goes under the Christmas tree? We could maybe mix a few plaids of the same shade under the Christmas tree. We are not letting people bring their own wrapping paper and put presents under your tree. This goes high-low. Low, no bags.
You're sucking the joy out of Christmas. Talking about some, well, you don't do that. Acting so disturbed and disgusted. This is what we're doing. We're acting disgusted. Like, you lost the plot, broad. This high collar broad has lost the plot of Christmas. The whole point is to have fun. It's supposed to be magical. It's supposed to be about coming together with your family, giving, okay? And all of this just seems like elitist nonsense. And see, this is why it sells, because people want to be able to say, well, I did this, and then turn their nose up at other people. Christmas is about having fun. Does it bring you joy? If it brings you joy to mix your plaids, mix those damn plaids. If you want blue plaid over here, red and green plaid over there, green plaid, yellow plaid, I don't give a damn. If it brings you joy for the holidays, do that. This is where people get things mixed up. Shame is a good thing when it comes to certain things. When it comes to you decorating your house that you live in privately, do not let these folks shame you. And best believe, if I were to go over to somebody's house for Christmas and I bring a present that I done spend my hard-earned dollars on and my time wrapping, whether it's putting in that damn bag, okay? Bags can be so beautiful. That's neither here nor there. Even if you just slap it together, but you spent your hard-earned money on that gift and you're giving that to somebody, and then you put it under the tree, and then the person's like, I don't want that under my tree. And then they put it up somewhere. Bitch, I'm never coming to your house again. Nor am I ever giving you a damn thing because you're an ungrateful little broad. That's weird. Y'all have lost the plot. You're sucking the life out of Christmas. And Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. I love the lights. I love the generosity that's in the air. I love it so much. There's something so magical about this time of the year, and y'all are making it ew. Y'all are making it gross. Y'all are ruining it. This is the type of stuff that is ruining holidays, because it's no longer about what it's about. Yeah, you can say, oh, the pagan, whatever. People spend holidays with their family. That's what it's about. It's about decorating and having a home that feels warm and inviting. I just can't with these people. Like, ugh.
No bags. Boxes. Wrapped boxes. No bags, no bags. No gift bags. If someone brings a gift over to your house and you feel like you have to display it, it goes behind the tree. Concise, consistent wrapping paper. The same goes for Ralph Lauren Christmas in the opposite end. Orange bags? No. Chanel bags? No. Wrap it. Wrap it in one pattern, or one pattern and then the inverse of the same pattern with the same ribbon color on every single package. No overhead light anywhere. Maybe you have a chandelier that could have some sort of tiny lampshades, which we're gonna swap out for red.
So we're gonna just take out light fixtures for the holidays, or just not use light. Like we're just not gonna use our lights for the holiday. Like, are you stupid? See, people like this, they'll say all this because it's so outrageous, right? The rest of us regular schmegular folks, we see this, it's outrageous. And I don't even think that this is aspirational. When I see aspirational, it's supposed to be kind of effortless. It's supposed to be kind of fun, exciting, like something that you could actually aspire to because it's beautiful and it's fun. This does not seem fun. Following all these weird rules for the holidays. Like, it's one thing if we're talking about social order and how we behave around other people, especially when we're out in the public. That's one thing. You're bringing shame into the way you like to design your house for the holidays. Oh, don't mix your plaids. If it's in a bag, put it behind the tree. Just put it behind the tree. Ugh. I would never want to be in friendship or familyhood with anybody like this. Get your ungrateful ass out my face. If I bring something in a bag and I put it under the tree, it better be exactly where I put it unless you reorganizing it so that the kids can get their stuff first. That's the only way it makes sense to me. But y'all doing the most. You should just be glad that you have presents under the tree, period. There are a lot of people, especially with things going on the way they are, a lot of people aren't going to have anything under their tree. Hell, they might not even have a tree at all because times are so hard. It's tacky and it's like it's tone deaf. If you want to have these rules for yourself, by all means, do that for you, honey. To have this kind of attitude about it is the part that's weird. It's one thing if you're just saying, hey, this is what you want to do. If you want to participate in this, fine. These are, the different things, the different elements. That is one thing entirely. It's something completely different to put out that notion, to put out that energy that is just like, brother,
Have a Ralph Lauren Christmas at your house. I don't want to see a single overhead light on. Turn it off. Let's talk holiday signage. No signage. None. No ho ho ho. No swirly, twirly. That is not a Ralph Lauren Christmas. It's not the same party. If you want a Ralph Lauren Christmas, we're speaking Merry Christmas. We're speaking ho ho ho. We're not printing it on a sign. We're not looking it on a wall. We're speaking Merry Christmas.
So I'm supposed to be all through my house so that I have ho 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 on my house. There's something very off-putting about all of this.
So I keep seeing videos on my For You page about a Ralph Lauren Christmas. And I would scroll by them because I didn't care, but they've popped up enough where I was like, okay, let me see what this is. Maybe like Ralph Lauren has like a new Christmas collection or something that dropped. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is Ralph Lauren Christmas? This is what everyone's dying to have? A traditional Christmas? Literally a Ralph Lauren Christmas is like the most basic textbook definition of like what Christmas decorations look like. I saw this video, she was like, to achieve a Ralph Lauren Christmas look, use colors like red, green, gold, even some plaid. I'm like, so Christmas? They were like, if you want bows, look for like the red velvety ones. I'm like, do you know how many red velvety bows I have from the Dollar Tree section? Look, you want a Ralph Lauren Christmas? Go to your local Dollar Tree during Christmas time. It's all Ralph Lauren. I'm like, what are we talking about? What are we talking? Like, we shouldn't even call it Home Alone 1 or 2. Call it Ralph Lauren 1 or 2. Because apparently Christmas means Ralph. I normally don't care about this stuff. Like, I understand like the social media influencers and lifestyle people who like do all this stuff. Y'all chase after this and love to rename everything to give it a little trend, right? But you can't trend Christmas, y'all. Jesus has been on this earth 2025, okay? It's 2025 AC. I think we've had enough Christmases to realize it's not a trend, okay? It's been around, okay? This is stupid. This is so dumb. It's just Christmas, okay? It's literally the most basic example of Christmas.
This is just basic Christmas. This is the Christmas we've all grown up with. So it's like they're rebranding it as something completely new so that people who don't think about these things for longer than 2 seconds think, oh, I need to rush out and go buy stuff. That's the only thing they're thinking. I need to go rush out and buy a bunch of crap. And it's like, no, honey, no, you don't have to do that. And she's absolutely correct. You can go to Dollar Tree and you can deck the halls, okay? You can deck the halls with some Dollar Tree essentials. And I mean, they did the little price hike, and so they have some better stuff in there now. To be honest, I need to go to my Dollar Tree and get a few things, okay? I need to add a little bit here and there outside of my poinsettias. I do want to get some fresh poinsettias once they put those out. This is all a tactic, right? Like, what exactly does this have to do with Ralph Lauren? That's a good question. Like, yes, maybe they decorate with traditional Christmas, but that is not Ralph Lauren. Like, Ralph Lauren does not own that aesthetic. That aesthetic has been set. The fact that they're calling it that, it's supposed to make you feel like you have to go out and buy a bunch of expensive crap that you're not even going to use next year, because next year is going to be a whole new aesthetic. They're going to be like, oh, the Kim Kardashian aesthetic or the 2B aesthetic or whatever aesthetic they're going to put out there that's nonsensical. And they're going to have you rushing to go buy other things. It's ridiculous.
So I've been on Ralph Lauren Christmas, and a lot of y'all are already eliminated. If your walls is painted gray, white, or beige, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. If you don't have a fireplace, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. If you don't have real hardwood floors, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. If you don't have a leather couch, you are eliminated from Ralph Lauren Christmas this year. You chose a minimalist aesthetic, so you're gonna have a minimalist Christmas. In fact, Ralph Lauren aesthetic is a maximalist, nice aesthetic. You chose this Christmas for yourself, so don't try to be out here, oh, I'm finna have a Ralph Lauren Christmas, you got white walls. Hell no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that this year. You chose to be modern. Stay modern.
If they want to have white walls and then put up a bunch of plaid and call it Ralph Lauren Christmas, all that, they can do that. Okay? Ain't no elimination. What you gonna do? Go to these people's house and say, well, this isn't Ralph Lauren because look at this. You don't have hardwood floors. You're eliminated. Talk about some elimination. You can't eliminate somebody from their own Christmas. They can call it whatever the hell they want. Hell, I can call my Ralph Lauren Christmas. What you gonna do? You gonna check me? I can say it's Ralph Lauren Christmas here and have nothing. No decorations. Now what? You ain't gonna do nothing. Talking about some eliminated. Are you insane?
I have somehow ended up on Ralph Lauren Christmas Talk, and these white women are not fucking around. Do you hear me? I mean, they got people doing part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this Ralph Lauren Christmas aesthetic. And I'm just sitting back, like I done took a few notes. Am I having a Ralph Lauren Christmas? Absolutely not. But I know what to look for. Miss Molly broke it down for me. I think her name was Molly Morcamp. She really let me know what was going on. And Preston, he let me know as well. He had more pictures and visual than Molly, but Molly knows what you're talking about. When I seen that her collar popped up through her sweater, I said, yeah, she knows exactly what you're talking about. But I just want to say, you think you getting your stuff from Hobby Lobby, it's gonna work. Honey, they said bullshit. Merry Christmas.
You have to look at this with just humor. Okay, just look at this stuff and laugh. Because all this elitism that they have when it comes to your Ralph Lauren Christmas, it's nonsensical. There's no reason to take it seriously. I don't know why she has her comment section turned off. I have no idea. If you want to get some design tips, by all means, do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't feel like your Christmas is no longer special because you can't participate in this nonsense. Just like she said, will I be having a Ralph Lauren Christmas? Shit. I'll be having my own damn Christmas, okay? A Sandra Faye Christmas special. And that's all it needs to be. As long as it's special for me and mine, it's good. Just like if it's special for you and yours, it's good.
You do not want a Ralph Lauren Christmas. You want the middle class back, preferably the upper middle class. You want Home Alone. Home Alone felt safe, it felt comfortable, it felt like a good economy. Because you can't have that, you think you can buy your way into that nostalgic feeling. But what will always be missing from these traditional old money Ralph Lauren Christmases is a good economy. It's trying to figure out what Kevin McAllister's dad was doing for a living and doing it ourselves. It's having the McAllister's house not be changed into a gray and white box, but stay that classic Father of the Bride, late 90s, early 2000s, rom-com like traditional home. So no matter how many plaids you purchase, or how many Terrans, what did that lady pop color say? I think she called it a Terran, something like that. No matter how many any of that you purchase, wreaths, weird looking Christmas trees that have those infrared lights that cause fires, the economy's bad. You're not getting the middle class back, and that's what you're looking for. That's the nostalgia.
I'm not gonna lie, she cooked here. Don't let all this fool you. She cooked here. She's absolutely right. That's the very reason why everyone is gravitating towards that, because it does bring back a lot of fond memories. That traditional Christmas, that warm feeling, that safety. Yes, that safety of the middle class. The middle class is non-existent. And that's exactly how the elitists want it. They want all of us, struggling paycheck to paycheck, struggling to get by, because that gives them more power, more control over the rest of us. I didn't know we were going into this territory, okay? I would have prepared and put my hat on in advance. The reason why we're gravitating towards this is because it does remind us of a middle class that no longer exists. We're rushing to go buy all of these things to cosplay as middle class, but we're not actually middle class. We're all pretty much poor. Some of us look better as poor, okay, because we're able to afford a few little poor items, but the economy isn't what it was back in the 80s, isn't what it was back in the 90s, hell, the 2000s, even when the 2000s was going through the crash. This is worse. It's way worse. So yes, she's absolutely right. I don't know why she's getting on the internet like this. We're not going to pretend like she didn't cook with this.
Total hot take, but the key to a Ralph Lauren Christmas is that you already live in this aesthetic. So you're already a collector of antique finds, thrift finds, going to estate sales. You are already utilizing the color palette that is so famous to Ralph and his team, which is around navy blue, deep emerald greens, deep reds, potentially the use of like creamy white as like a base, but you already are skewing towards that home design and home aesthetic. So it's going to be a lot easier and honestly the key to success to achieve this style of Christmas.
This just goes back to more elitist nonsense. Oh, well, you have to have already been. It's just to make something that doesn't need to be exclusive. Make Christmas good for you and yours. If that means getting those inflatables, which I hate, okay, I find them very tacky, but if it brings you joy to have inflatables in your front lawn, by all means, go do that. Do what brings you joy this holiday season, especially since things they're looking very glim. Okay? Everything is looking very doom and gloom right now. So any bit of joy you can find it. Don't let these elitist weirdos convince you that your Christmas is somehow less than because you're not doing all this. Go to your Dollar Tree. If you do need to get some decorations, go to your Dollar Tree. They have a lot of stuff. There are people on YouTube that do a lot of DIY that can show you how to put those things together so that they don't look cheap and thrown together. They look, almost like this. Don't fall for all this consumerist nonsense. And don't let people shame you out of having a Christmas that is special for you and yours. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this Ralph Lauren Christmas trend? Do you think, it's elitist garbage like I do? And then also, like the sister said, that we really don't want this. We just want what this represents, right? A middle class. Or do you think you're just mad because you're broke? I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the content, The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed out into the algorithm. And finally, if you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is also in the description to buy me a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.
What?